Conference. And joining us now is Carolyn McAdams. She is the mayor of Greenwood and the incoming president of the MML. Good morning, Mayor. Thanks for coming on Middays.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I always enjoy SuperTalk.
Well, appreciate that. So
yes.
Congratulations, incoming president. And I got to tell you, with all the folks here today and looking at the list of all the cities and towns we have in Mississippi and all the municipalities, the jurisdictions, that sounds like a pretty big job.
It is. It's going to be a big job. I've been the second and then the first, and so now I'm the president. So I'm looking forward to it, working with the league, and they're such a magnificent group of people to work with, and all the members of the MML, as you can see, there are tons of them.
Yeah.
Trying to help their cities and towns improve and be better.
Sure.
So I'm looking forward to working with everyone and being the president this year and getting to know, the league better and all the people that belong to the league. So it's a good opportunity.
Well, Mississippi is certainly blessed with so many really incredible towns and cities, a diverse array, if you will, and I think a lot of that just has to do with such a melting pot culture we have in Mississippi, from where you are in the Delta, down here to the Gulf Coast, up in the Northeast and the Appalachian area, central Mississippi, the Pine Belt. Anyhow, we're blessed in that respect, but these cities and towns also have a lot of common needs. I mean, we have diverse cultures and things that make us different, but there are a lot of stuff that is in common. And the one, Mayor, the one resounding issue I hear a lot at the city and the municipal level is infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Everybody's focused on that.
Absolutely.
And that costs money at the end of the day.
But this year, with the ARPA funds, we're able to meet a good bit of the needs of our infrastructure. The ARPA money gives the cities and towns the opportunity to rebuild some of their infrastructure that's failing. I know Greenwood's going to be using it for sewer lines. We're an old city.
Yeah.
And so we've got some sewer lines that have really been giving us some problems in the past year. So we're going to be concentrating on using that ARPA money that we received to rebuild our sewer system, which I'm excited about. And then, thank goodness, the legislators even gave us additional money. And we'll get dollar-to-dollar match up to $400,000. So that's going to give us additional money to even put with the ARPA money to even strengthen our infrastructure more.
And it's one of those things, it's almost a catch-22 situation in that you need economic activity and economic growth and economic development so that you can get more people and more businesses and generate more revenue for the municipality, but you got to have infrastructure to get to do the economic development.
Exactly. I mean, people want to see, when they come to maybe live in your city or have a business in your city, they come and they research, hey, what are you doing for your infrastructure? Is it good? Is it going to carry us through many years to come? And so that's what, since I've been mayor, I've really emphasized the infrastructure needs in Greenwood. We just completed a $6 million street bond. And so that really does major things because, all of our city, Greenwood's, old city.
Sure.
And a lot of the cities in the Mississippi are historic cities. And we need great things to improve our cities.
Yeah.
And the one thing about being at the league every year for this conference is learning how you can enhance and do better things, how you can get money, you can get grants, and the opportunities that we can that are out there. Then these conferences gives us the ability to learn about that.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you too. It always has appeared to me through my business career that the greatest value out of attending events like this with your peers, if you will, with folks that are focused on the same livelihood that you are and the same mission in life, that it's the interacting with people that are in that same boat and sharing best practices and find out what works and what didn't work and taking those home and putting those into practice. That's the greatest value of an event like this.
Absolutely. And networking with all the mayors throughout Mississippi is just a valued experience within itself to be able to talk to mayors that have already been through the experience.
Yeah.
And can help you find the funding for it. I mean, it's just, like I said, being a part of the Mississippi Municipal League is huge for cities and towns in Mississippi. It's essential. They do such a magnificent job, and I've learned from Mayor Hughes when he was the president, and he did it for 2 years because of the COVID. He got us through that period, and then Eric has been a wonderful leadership and role model as well, and I say he got us through the medical marijuana.
Yeah, well, that was
So I
something.
don't know what could possibly come up, but I'm sure I'm not that naive that something's not going to happen.
Yeah, totally understand. So what about the economy in Greenwood? What do you got on the boards right now, and what's the outlook?
Well, really and truly, the economy in Greenwood has been strong. You know, I don't know what's going to happen within the next year with all the gasoline prices and the inflation that is happening within the world, especially the United States right now. So I don't know what that's going to happen. But so far, we've been blessed. Even during COVID, you know, our sales tax was fine, you know, because we learned how to deal with that and still have people go get their food and bring it home, and still our sales tax was strong. Our sales tax has been, we've been blessed in Greenwood to have a good sales tax. We have great tourism. People come from all around to stay at the Allevian Hotel.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Do the spa, and in fact, Viking is giving me a little function tonight, and they're going to be doing a cooking demonstration at the Mary C. But I mean, Milwaukee Tools, Staple Cotton.
Yep.
We have a large, for a small city, I think we have a large ability to have the economic development that we have.
Yeah. Well, and we're hearing that from across the state. You know, the Census Bureau got it wrong about Mississippi, and they first said we lost population. Then they came back and said, oh, no, we missed it by about 100,000, 150,000 or so. So it was kind of good to hear that we didn't really go down in population. Right. We actually increased somewhat over that 10-year period.
Yeah, and that was bad that they kind of missed it.
I know. I mean, you got one job, right? You're there to count the people.
But I will say this. The census is a really hard.
It is.
People just don't think it's that important.
Yeah.
It really is, especially when you're trying to get grants. Those numbers mean huge amounts.
Absolutely.
Of money
Representation in Washington and allocation of money that comes into the state. It's all based on that.
Right.
And that's why we need everybody to participate. So we got runoffs across Mississippi today, at least on the Republican ticket on Congressional District 2, 3, 4. And we need everybody to get out and vote today.
Right. I know.
Very important.
It's kind of hard when we're here, but I did absentee.
Good for you. I did too. I got my voting sticker on today to show I voted Thursday, knowing we were going to be down here.
Yeah.
But we need folks to get out and vote. Disappointing in the primaries a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where folks didn't show up like they needed to.
You know, I don't think it was really publicized that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, you know, people should put it out there.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't. I mean, we had a real low turnout in Greenwood because I said, well, I'm going to vote. And they said, what are you going to vote for? But people really need to engage themselves in what's happening in our world.
Very important.
Seriously.
So, in just talking to the other municipal leaders that are here, Mayor, do you feel like there's a sense of optimism or pessimism about the future?
Well, I'm optimistic. I'm going to be optimistic.
Sure.
I don't want to be negative. So we pulled out of so many situations, and we've grown stronger for having those challenges. So we're going to continue to meet our challenges and hopefully land on top.
Yeah, and I'm hearing the same thing. It was a bit of a rhetorical question, but I just wanted you to tell our audience we got to be optimistic about our communities, our great state.
Right.
And look, we've got problems and issues we're all dealing with right now, but I think we're going to pull through these. We're going to be much stronger.
We're going to be much stronger.
We have to believe that.
Yeah.
We absolutely have to believe that.
Well, look at all the things we pulled through. I mean, if we came through the pandemic with what we had to face and the challenges that we had to face during the pandemic, and I think we're all stronger for that.
Yeah, I
So,
totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Sometimes going through those tough times makes you more resilient, makes you stronger, leads to lots of positive things that you take into the future, and you leverage that and build a better tomorrow. We want our children too to stay in the state of Mississippi.
Well, that's why we work so hard for our children and our grandchildren.
That's absolutely right.
We want to lead them in a good place.
Yeah. That's absolutely right. Well, I share your optimism as well, and like I said, even though we're all dealing with a series of issues, you talked about the inflationary spiral that we're experiencing. That's not going to last forever, and again, I think our best days are ahead.
I think so too. I'm with you.
That's awesome. Mayor, thanks so much for coming on the show today. We appreciate you being here with us, and good luck on the convention, and have the best of tenures as the president.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. I
You
appreciate
got
it.
Sally Garland, the mayor of Crystal Springs, coming on Middays next.